So here we are on a Tuesday, we are 8:10 in the morning. Amy has just made me my breakfast on a 2-day depletion before the weekend. It's basically no carbohydrates or trace carbohydrates, proteins and fats, 6 whole eggs and a black coffee. And Amy has got
30 grams of oats, 30 grams of whey, 100 grams of berries and a coffee.
just 4 days out, 2 days of depletion, and then 3, that doesn't make any sense. Tuesday, Wednesday depletion, Thursday, Friday, Saturday carb load. Depletion is short for carbohydrate depletion. What you do is try and put your body in a lean state, which I already am, obviously I've been on prep for a while. Deplete yourself of carbohydrates, and then it primes your body ready to take on carbohydrates. In the meanwhile, I'll be loading up with proteins and fats. It bumps up my calories so I'm not completely dying on my arse for the next couple of days, but also it helps volumize cells when it comes to the carb load as well. So show what I eat today. Meal 1 is about to go down. Four days out. As you can see from the photos, I'm quite lean, but quite flat. Based on the check-in that I sent to Martin, he has now called time on the depletion. It's just 1 day of depletion, now going into the carb load. The vlog I did leading into the show, I did every single meal with like a time lapse of me eating all the meals. Maybe I won't do that again this time, but I definitely would like to show how the load process goes and the peaking process goes. Never done a 4-day load, so that's something. I've never done a 4-day load, so it'd be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I don't really know how he's gonna structure it, whether it's gonna be sort of front loaded a bit more heavy, whether it's gonna be just gradual throughout the week, or if it's gonna be loaded like progressively throughout the week. I don't really know. Hopefully this is gonna be interesting for you. It's gonna be interesting for me because it's the first time I've ever done it. So you shall see. I hit a joint lowest body weight this morning again, as you saw, 0.1 of a kilogram down. So I'm there or thereabouts, my lightest ever. I am there thereabouts, my leanest ever. Let's load this fucking physique up and see what's what. And what do you think about the carb load?
I think it'll stop me being a grumpy twat. I'm joking. He's not grumpy, he's just low energy. Looking forward to it. It's fascinating, and I've never seen something like this happen before. To watch his physique go from really, really drawn in, then just come to life. And it's mad how much his body can handle, so I'm excited for his carb load.
How about you? How are you going to be peaking?
I'm going to be having a little bit more food as well. I don't know, I'm waiting for Dan to reply to my check-in now. Been on low days since Monday. I think today I'll probably hit a low day again, and then we'll probably start putting some carbs in. Come off cardio altogether now though. Body should start coming to life, but I do feel quite flat and quite meh. A bit like a slug this morning, which Dan did say I would feel like. But my carb ups look a little bit more like slightly bigger bowl of oats, extra bagel thin, extra banana. I don't get to scrad on a 5 Guys.
It's not quite as exciting as mine, is it?
Not quite.
I'm hoping that you can make out those blurry messages from Martin. Yesterday morning, I weighed in 112.9 kilograms, which is basically my joint lowest I've been, even since like 2018. Martin decided to pull the depletion and start loading me up. One of the benefits of being a super heavyweight bodybuilder, there's a lot more filling to do on a bigger frame. We are now Thursday and it's 6:20 in the morning. I've been up since around 3 in the morning because prep. I'm gonna see what that's done to my body weight. 800 grams of carbohydrates in. More than likely I would have dropped weight on that. Gives you an idea of how primed my body is. Most people eat carbohydrates, they gain weight, right? This stage of prep, the opposite happens because your body is stressed and This is basically the act of de-stressing the body and removing water, drying out, as they say. Process that takes a few days. It's not, you know, as I say, I'm a larger bodybuilder. Things take a little bit longer, but here we go. The check-in done. I don't know what that is. Sent it over to Martin. Martin's happy. He actually wants to load heavier today. There's roughly around 900 to 1,000 going in today. Spread over 6 meals. Sort of vlogged myself eating all that before. I'm not going to necessarily do that this time. I'm going to keep an update and show how I'm peaking nicely. Now, I think as you see from my check-in, you know, I look fairly flat on the outsides. Flat is a word that is overused by a lot of bodybuilders. Often than not, it's used by people who are nowhere near condition. And when you're nowhere near condition, you have no idea if you're flat or not. No, it's just because you don't have as much muscle as you think. You know, a lot of people say that they're flat when they're not flat. Maybe they're hungry. I've also had a few clients doing it the other way around. Say that they are bloated from food. Actually, it's just because there's food physically inside them. And this is food. If it's on the outside of my body, it's on the outside of my body. If it's on the inside of my body, it's physically in there. You're not bloated, you've just got more in your stomach. If you were to measure your waist in the evening, it's going to be larger than it is in the morning because of the food and water that you drank all day. I think people overuse the word bloat and they overuse the word flat. There's also something else to consider as well. If I were to do the same check-in but inside, I look fuller on the inside than I do on the outside, and the angle and lighting, actually, I'm not as flat necessarily as the videos say. I mean, I'm a bit flat. But as I say, if I were to do a video right now, just there in my kitchen, I'd look a lot fuller. It's kind of weird, it's just the way it is, and I've learned that now over doing the check-ins with Martin. So training today, I've got back a couple of light sessions before weekend, nothing crazy. It's just a formality at the moment. It's not, you know, there's nothing special happening there. Just moving some of the carbohydrates around, keep myself active, and that's it really. Shit, I didn't do my body weight. Well, thankfully I haven't eaten yet. And we're just before 8 o'clock. So yeah, I'm just going to weigh myself now and see what happens to my body weight. So it was 112.9 yesterday, 800 grams carbs in. Let's have a look.
Why would I be worried about egotistical?
So here we are on Friday at 8 a.m. Yesterday, 1,050 grams of carbohydrates went in. This morning, I'm actually up in weight. That is 1.5 kilograms gained from yesterday. Full disclosure, I'm going to elaborate on something now that I was unsure of whether I would be talking about or not. But you know what? I thought to myself, I want to show the good and the bad, doubts, etc., etc. I think sometimes people feel negatives and assume that they're the only one that goes through that kind of thing. But actually, in reality, we all have these moments of self-doubt. We all have these moments of, am I doing the right thing, etc., etc. So anyway, at my body weight, 1.5 kilograms up, 2 days out, not a problem. It means that I'm fuller. Obviously, I'm not trying to be the most depleted guy on stage. I want to be full, right? But looking at the check-in photos themselves, which I'm going to link in a moment, you can see I have lost some sharpness. Does that matter when you're 2 days out? Because right now I'm not fully peaked. Probably not. You can't help but look and think, oh shit, I fully trust Martin and I've had a word with him. He's reassured me and my head is back in the game. I think the purpose of me saying this is just letting you know the human side of things. The fact that we all have self-doubt, we all have our moments, and you're like, shit, am I doing the right thing? I've had my moment, I'm past it now, I've been reassured by Martin, but as I said, I'm gonna link the photos now. You can have a little look for yourself and see what you think. So yeah, I feel like just a little bit of sharpness, a little bit of detail, not the end of the world, and we've got plenty of time. The idea is to make me not as flat and depleted as I was. I do agree with that. So we're trying to fill me up. Water is still incredibly high. Drop that over the coming days, not yet. For now, the food remains the same. So what went in yesterday is going in today again. Final training session. Me and Amy are gonna hit a session at King's Gym in Farnworth. Tomorrow we travel to Coventry. It's officially the last day here. Honestly, I've been a little bit overwhelmed with positivity, like a positive feeling of what me and Amy are achieving right now. You know, the fact that I get to share this moment with my girlfriend who's just won an overall, and I've won some overalls as well. You know, and we're going to this big show, which has actually been billed as the largest one in Europe. The numbers, there's 30 nations going to be there. It's pretty mad. That's why I had the mini freak out, because I'm thinking to myself, I just want to make sure I give the best account of myself possible. Also, before I start eating my daily food, today my coach Martin has announced that I am a sponsored athlete for his brand, which is the Condition Coaches. I'm now officially sponsored by him, so I don't pay for coaching anymore. He's actually getting a contract written up to me as well with all of what's going to come my way regarding the sponsorship. So now I've got sponsorship with the Blood Lab, Load Up Sups, and Martin Winston, the Condition Coaches. So this season's going incredibly well so far, and I'm incredibly grateful, and keep saying incredible, and let's have a good day. Pre-show tidy up. This is a bit of a ritual for me. I absolutely love getting a skin fade and a beard trim, getting things ready for Sunday. With the transformation. With the transformation, I'm gonna try and do this thing where I click my fingers, and as I click my fingers, I come back and I'm transformed. Well, there's no product in it, but yeah. Girls get their hair and makeup done. Men get their beards done. Men get their beards done. We're 2 days out, and me and Amy have been, when we get into bed at night, we have like reflection, and we sort of like talk about bits and bobs, and talk about prep, and talk about how it's made us feel, and talk about plans after prep. Kind of want Amy to give her opinion rather than me sort of say anything. A lot of things that one feels during prep that isn't necessarily documented. People always associate prep with hunger, and they just think that's the thing that you're going to struggle with. But me and Amy have experienced other things. Get Amy's opinion on what she has found the hardest about prep. Things that aren't documented that well. Without further ado.
Irritability. Feeling like you need to do something, but you can't be asked doing anything. You don't know if you want to sit down or stand up or go out or come back, and then you're never quite happy with what you're doing. Oh yeah, settle down and watch a film. 5 minutes in, you've got your phone in your hand, or you're talking about something, or you're looking outside thinking, shall I go for a walk?
It's like, I find that it's attached to attention span. Basically, neither of us have had an attention span. We haven't been able to watch a film for probably 4 to 6 weeks, not really. You put a film on and actually get kind of annoyed by it. Attention span, it is just crazy. And having no attention span means that time moves really slow. It's been a bit mad, isn't it? Like, when you're having a good time, like an hour passes before you even know it, and you think, oh my God, where'd that go? Each minute you feel, like you really feel.
With your next meal, you're not thinking, oh, when can I have my next meal? because you're hungry. It's because it gives you something to do. Next point.
Go.
Lack of energy. Hunger isn't the problem on prep, at least for us anyway. Yucky bit in the middle where you feel and look terrible, and then you feel a bit of hunger there, and that's when it's annoying. You're feeling a bit hungry, but your body's not showing as it should for you being hungry, so it's a little bit frustrating there. Hunger's really welcomed because you know that it's doing something in your body. Worst thing is lack of energy. Sometimes you don't even realise until you are literally walking around a supermarket like an actual zombie and someone says hello to you and you go,
You said there, that stage where you're not lean but you're hungry. I think the average person who doesn't compete finds themselves in there when they start dieting. That's the stage that they get to. So they assume that that's what you feel on prep, but it's not. You get past that stage and it gets worse, but not worse in the way that you think. It gets worse in the way that we've just described. I would like to just say that this isn't us moaning, expressing a fact. We love this lifestyle.
and it's actually really funny. We literally laugh and we say when we're not on prep, we're going to be looking back at when we were walking around Tesco like two zombies that time, and when this person said this and we reacted like this. Like it's actually really funny. So hard done by because we're on prep. We'll feel sorry for us. Not at all. Like, I do not want sympathy. In fact, I actually actively don't like it.
You accept the low energy, you accept the irritability, you accept the no attention span because you want the end result. Thought that could potentially be a cool insight to people, for people who actually don't compete and always assume that it's hunger, but it's not. Libido, like we haven't for a while. I think it comes down to like low energy. You're just preserving energy and you're not thinking about that. I can't speak for you, but I'm certainly not, and no offense, but
Normally, without making everyone feel disgusted, and maybe our parents are watching this, but normally we're like all over each other. We absolutely love it. We are, I mean, we'll save that for another vlog. But we're just so neutral on the matter, and our affection is this.
yeah.
Love you.
Yeah. But it all returns. As soon as the food comes back in, as soon as you start sleeping better, as soon as the pressure's off, it all returns. So don't you worry. You're going to be getting some D.
Donuts!
This is a bit that a lot of people are going to love.
We've just had a bang on the door which sounded like a policeman. We really haven't been food focused this prep at all. I remember last prep, as much as we tried to deny it, we were quite food focused, thinking about what post-show treat we wanted, and this time we just haven't, but we knew that we'd probably kick ourselves if we didn't order anything. And it will be a lovely little treat, and I am excited to see what this looks like because Ryan has ordered it and I have no idea what it is.
The company's called Thomas Cookie.
Turns out it's just cookies.
Thomas Cook can wait. Thomas Cookie is here. Hopefully it'll stay fresh until then, you reckon?
Yeah.
There you go. Skip.
On it.
Skips actually taste worse. You have that?
Oh, okay.
There's a bit of weight to this, you know?
Yeah.
Go on, you open up and I open up.
Pies.
Put it right,
Ooh, I got the cookie
put it right to the camera.
I don't want to drop
No,
it.
no, no, grab one.
All right.
Lotus. Caramel.
Thick.
Okay. Cookies, regular cookies. Some cashew, walnut. I don't know. Yeah, they look thick.
Oh.
Oh, look at the weight on that.
It's in our suitcase, we can pump up with them.
I'll get a call from a random sales company. Yeah, but yeah, they look pretty good.
Yeah.
But hands up the cookie jar. My hands.
I don't know.
Keep my hands out the cookie jar. I don't look at that and go, I have to eat it now. You know, it's not like driving me crazy. I want to eat them, but it can wait.
Yeah.
We've got a job to do, haven't we?
I've got some beef to eat and I'm buzzing about it.
Yeah. Until then, we got some business to attend to. These can wait. Saturday morning, that means yesterday another 1,050 grams of carbohydrates went in, and I've lost weight from yesterday. Day 1 of the carb load, I lost weight. Day 2 of the carb load, I gained weight. Day 3 of the carb load, I lost weight. Bit of a yo-yo up and down. Much happy with the look today compared with yesterday. Things are good. Feel like I'm filling out. But the process today is about keeping me full, leading that into tomorrow, then really pulling the water out of my body. So the fullness remains, the intracellular fullness remains, but the subcutaneous water, i.e. water just below the skin, is removed and everything becomes a vacuum packed. But that's the idea anyway. Fully trust Martin, so it is what it is. So here's an interesting sum. I've actually consumed 2,900 grams of carbohydrates since Wednesday morning, and another 1,000 is going in today. And there's a potential of a Five Guys after that. So it's a lot of fucking food. I've not obviously showed the food, but trust me, I'm eating it. With all of that going in today, it's likely going to be 4,500 grams of carbohydrates over the course of like the latter part of this week, which is pretty insane. I was doing this prep myself. There is no way I would be that ballsy. So having a coach, someone as experienced and good as Martin, is worth its weight in gold. Nice to have someone with an objective eye to look over things, because me, I would have had a meltdown yesterday. Well, I did, but he was there to calm me down. The importance of having a coach, because they see things you do not. You see things emotionally, you see things based on how you feel in that very second, whereas they can take a step back and really assess things properly. Water-wise, I'm going to be drinking to around 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to do 6, 7 litres up until that point. Then after that, it'll just be trace water. When the process really begins, and we start obviously pass all the water, potentially use a diuretic as well. I'm using natural diuretics, but there might be a slightly stronger one that I'm going to be using as well. Nothing set in stone yet. It's always, I update Martin and he just lets me know the plan. It is one day out and we are driving down to Coventry roughly around 5 hours from now. Me and Amy are fucking excited, I tell you that now. We just arrived at the hotel. What time is it? Just gone 4. Amy has a tan at 6:30. Gonna relax, rest. Not a lot really. Try not to stress out about anything. I might try and have a nap as well. That's about as rock and roll as it's gonna get. You all tanned up? Let's have a look. Hands. Beautiful. So in the hotel room. We may or may not have brought our microwave from home. That is your final meal in?
Actually, it's not my final meal. I've got a carb up, baby. I'm carbing right the F up. 30 grams of oats.
My cream of rice just gone in, and now I've got Five Guys, but I've got to wait an hour and a half for that to go in. I'm going to tan myself with a little help from this one, and then send some photos to Martin, and that's about it. It's going to be a wrap for this video. The next vlog is going to be
show day.
Oh yes. Right, peace out. Five Guys, it's just arrived. It's 10 p.m. Here we go. And all them carbs have gone in, and I'm still drawn in. Hey man.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you so much.
Large fries. Not small, not medium. Large. Looks a little bit underwhelming.
It's Five Guys, it's never underwhelming.
Oh no, but the taste is great. It's just a little bit small. Small.
Yeah, it's a bit squished, but it'll still be good.
Let's have a little go then, eh?
It's going to get squished up in your belly and farted out anyway, let's be honest. Enjoy.
Here's to the PCA universe. I'm coming in dry and lean and hopefully getting a place in. So, next vlog, show day.